Let's start by saying that being charitable is one of the greatest attributes we can have, especially if we attain extraordinary wealth. Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." In today's video, we will look at the 5 youngest billionaires on the Forbes 400 list. Have you ever noticed that many billionaires are, quite frankly, old? There's nothing wrong with age, it's just a fact. Several members of the Forbes 400 list have worked long and hard for their wealth, so now they are further in life than others. Many of the world's wealthiest are well past their 50th birthday and could collect Social Security. You know, if they didn't already have billions of dollars to their name. On the flip side, a handful of people in the Billionaires Club haven't even crossed into their 40s. They started when they were young, inherited a wildly successful family business, or took advantage of the tech boom, and now they could retire before they even get their first AARP mailer. So, who are these baby billionaires? Let's get to know some of them. Here are 5 of the youngest billionaires on the Forbes 400. Note, all net worths listed are as of July 24, 2020. Evan Spiegel, age 30, source of wealth, Snap/self-made. Net worth, $11 billion. Evan Spiegel is one of the co-founders of Snapchat, the hugely popular social media app. Spiegel came up with the concept for Snapchat in 2011 during a product design class at Stanford. Though most of his classmates scoffed at his idea, 2 others, Reggie Brown and Bobby Murphy, came alongside him to launch a prototype called Peekaboo. Later, they renamed their app Snapchat, which grew significantly in early 2012. Spiegel left Stanford shortly before completing his degree to focus on developing Snapchat, and by the end of the year, the app had over 1 million daily active users. In 2015, Spiegel was the youngest billionaire in the world at just 25 years old. In 2018, he completed coursework at Stanford to finish his degree, earning a BS in product design. According to Evan, his baby boy, Hart Kerr Spiegel, was his inspiration to complete his degree requirements so that he could encourage Hart to graduate from college someday too. Bobby Murphy, age 32, source of wealth, Snap/self-made. Net worth, $4.7 billion. Another Snapchat founder, Bobby Murphy, makes this list at only 32 years old. After graduating from Stanford, Murphy spent 1 year working as a software engineer for Revel Systems while also working to bring Snapchat to a larger scale. Why? Snapchat was struggling to lock down venture capital funding early on, so Murphy used half of his paycheck from Revel Systems to cover server bills and the app's costs. Murphy has used much of his wealth for good, along with co-founder Evan Spiegel. They have established the Snap Foundation, a nonprofit organization with the mission to develop pathways to the creative economy for underrepresented youths in Los Angeles, and pledged to donate 13 million shares of Class A common stock over the next 15 to 20 years. More recently, Murphy donated $5 million to aid Los Angeles residents impacted by COVID-19. Dustin Moskovitz, age 36. Source of wealth, Facebook/self-made. Net worth, $14.2 billion. When you think of Facebook, does your mind go straight to Mark Zuckerberg? It's understandable. But Dustin Moskovitz was one of the key players in Facebook's development too, and now his net worth sits at just over $14 billion. Moskovitz co-founded the major social network with Zuckerberg, but left the company in 2008 to launch his own work collaboration company, Asana. In 2011, Moskovitz co-founded a philanthropic organization called Good Ventures with his then-girlfriend, now wife, Carrie Tuna. Good Ventures has since donated roughly $100 million to charities such as Against Malaria Foundation, Deworm the World Initiative, and other altruist organizations. Moskovitz and Tuna were the youngest couple to sign Warren Buffett and Bill Gates' The Giving Pledge, a pledge that commits billionaires to use most of their wealth for philanthropic efforts rather than spending it on themselves. Nathan Blecharczyk, age 37, source of wealth, Airbnb, self-made. Net worth, $3.1 billion. Blecharczyk is the youngest of 3 co-founders of Airbnb, the home rental company. Even though the pandemic has dealt a hefty blow to Airbnb and each co-founder's net worth dropped by $1.1 billion, Blecharczyk still sits at a comfortable $3.1 billion. In high school, Blecharczyk ran a software business that served clients in over 20 countries worldwide. Later in life, his former roommate, Joe Gebbia, called him up to see if he wanted to use his tech genius to build the first Airbnb website. And the rest, as they say, is history. Blecharczyk is now the Chief Strategy Officer in the US-based platform and is also the chairman of Airbnb China. In 2016, Blecharczyk and his fellow co-founders signed the Giving Pledge to join the world's wealthiest in giving most of their fortune away to charitable efforts. Lindsay Snyder, age 38, source of wealth, In-N-Out Burger / inherited and growing. Net worth, $3 billion. In-N-Out Burger is the staple burger chain of the West Coast. Snyder inherited the company from her grandparents, the founders of In-N-Out, and reached billionaire status in 2017 when she turned 35 and received the final portion of the inheritance. Snyder is well liked by her employees and has a 97% approval rating on Glassdoor. She is heavily involved in the In-N-Out Burger Foundation to support neglected, abused children. And she also provides funding for the nonprofit corporation Healing Hearts and Nations, HNH. HNH provides training to local community leaders in India and Africa who offer counseling services to underprivileged people in their areas. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it's done. Thanks for watching Cerebral Life, the channel where you learn more and improve your life. See you next time.